We had to threaten a lawsuit, Jesse. And by the way, we're still entertaining it. We're talking to some of the best lawyers out there that are experts in this. And as you know, these things can be very complicated. There's a lot of facts and circumstances around it. But we're not going to let this go, because you should not be able to smear 5,000 high school and college kids and then just be able to walk away with it.
This Turning Point conference, the were in the front of out there in front of the conference with anti-Semitic slurs and the cigar.
I think it's important that every single person that attended that Turning Point, every Republican speak up against these against the flags that were waved.
You let them in.
President, open your
You let them in and you knew what they were.
Right.
So you are complicit.
But Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not.
Joe Rogan didn't just respond. He ignited a media frenzy that put the spotlight directly on the co-hosts of The View. What's unfolding now isn't just headline drama. It's daytime television colliding with a major cultural and legal showdown. At the center is conservative voice Charlie Kirk, who's launched a massive $100 million lawsuit targeting the hosts. And no, this isn't a casual legal jab. It's a strategic move questioning perceived media double standards. With Rogan adding his voice, the situation escalated fast. What began as a heated on-air moment has now morphed into a wave of sharp rebuttals, powerful podcast commentary, and a legal twist that could reshape how public figures navigate the fallout from their own bold statements.
Kirk's the founder and CEO of Turning Point USA and the author of the new book, The College Scam. So, Charlie, do you accept The View's apology?
I mean, regardless of whether or not I accept it, the question is, do our students accept it? That's really what's at heart here. They went after our 5,000 students at our event there of high school and college kids. And look, I get attacked all the time. People say false things. I'm a public figure. But when you go after 16 and 17-year-olds that travel from across the country that then have to live for the rest of their life with a shadow over them because someone at ABC says that they might...
Let's be clear. Charlie Kirk is taking The View to court for $100 million. That's not an exaggeration or a headline stunt. It's the kind of lawsuit that puts entire legal departments on alert. Kirk, whose name came up during a national TV segment like it was casual chatter at a family gathering, isn't brushing it off. He's responding with legal force. In a media space where public figures are often expected to ignore heated commentary, Kirk is changing the rules. His message is direct. If you make strong statements on air about someone, you'd better have the evidence to back it up. If not, he's ready to make that case in court. The lesson here? Say something bold on live television, and don't be shocked if the next reply isn't a headline. It's a lawsuit.
It has to be, if you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television. And it's like they say the thing that people are thinking, but they say it very directly, so they expose whatever truth. But
I don't think some of them are dumb.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think Sunny Hostin's
You think it's
dumb.
deliberate?
I think she's ideologically driven, and they have blinders on, for sure. I don't think Sunny's dumb. But Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out. It's like if you had an idea for a premise and it was totally baked and half baked and you went on stage with it and it's nothing
Just
there.
go for it. Yeah,
there's nothing there. Sometimes comics do.
This isn't about misunderstandings or differing opinions. Kirk's lawsuit draws a clear line, sending a message to anyone using a daytime talk show as a space for unchecked commentary. According to the legal documents, The View's hosts made strong claims, suggesting Kirk supports controversial viewpoints and narratives. And they said it with the usual dramatic flair, tossing out intense commentary like entertainment gossip. But now, with Kirk responding through legal means, the tone has shifted from casual discussion to serious legal maneuvering. He's not looking for a simple correction. He's seeking accountability, and the large dollar amount ensures the media world is paying close attention. Regardless of what happens next, this lawsuit alone is making networks rethink how they handle high-stakes discussions on live TV.
Now we begin with a shocking apology just a short time ago from the ladies of The View. to Turning Point USA. A war of words broke out after the conservative group was rallying the next generation of voters at its youth summit in Tampa, Florida this weekend. And the liberal panel just couldn't help themselves. The group sent a scathing cease and desist letter after hosts on The View suggested that Turning Point had embraced neo who showed up out.
Meanwhile, the co-hosts of The View appear to be handling the situation with a calm that borders on avoidance. Public statements have been minimal, with vague hints that maybe they were responding to something online, a brief comment or a clip seen out of context. But Kirk's legal team isn't convinced. From their side, this goes beyond a misunderstood post. It's about a televised statement seen by millions, with potential damage to both name and career. This isn't just a difference of opinion over trending topics. It's a serious legal matter backed by strong resources. And what's most noticeable is how quickly the show has gone quiet. For a group known for outspoken takes and constant commentary, the silence now says more than any segment ever could. Next voice, next voice. Enter Joe Rogan, because of course he had something to say. You could practically feel the tension shift at The View once he weighed in. Rogan, known for his direct style, delivered a sharp critique of the co-hosts. Using his usual blend of humor and analysis, he pointed out their dramatic delivery, intense expressions, and overconfident tone. Rogan described the whole moment as performative, a panel of media figures presenting themselves as experts while making major claims without much challenge. He compared it to a scripted scene being passed off as a real conversation. And now that real-life consequences are involved, the sudden silence is loud. Rogan didn't just respond, he broke it down step by step. He highlighted the double standards with perfect timing and podcast-ready punchlines.
See what Whoopi Goldberg said?
What'd she say?
Whoopi Goldberg said that Biden could arrest all the Republicans and put them in jail. You just need to see how unhinged this kind of thinking is. Well, you know what Joe Biden could do? Joe Biden, you have to see it, because it's so
on TV.
crazy.
She said
on television.
But make no mistake, this lawsuit isn't just about Charlie Kirk feeling offended. It's a calculated move aimed at the heart of modern media. Kirk isn't simply challenging The View. He's questioning the idea that major TV hosts can make serious claims about public figures without limits. His message is clear. If you're going to label someone controversial, you need more than strong opinions and studio lights to justify it. This legal action is flipping the usual media script. Now, bold on-air commentary isn't just entertainment, it might carry legal weight. Rogan's response only adds to the moment. He's not just making jokes, he's pointing out a bigger issue. His message? The loudest voices in media often quiet down fast when someone pushes back.
Welcome back. You know, in Monday's conversation about Turning Point USA, I put the young people at the conference in the same category as the protesters outside. And I don't like it when people make assumptions about me, and it's not any better when I make assumptions about other people, which I did. So, my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So,
Let's be honest, the co-hosts of The View didn't expect this level of backlash. Their usual strategy is straightforward: spark discussion, grab headlines, then shift gears before the details catch up. But this time, things have taken a serious turn. Legal concerns are stacking up, and there's no quick commercial break to step away from it. Just as the pressure built, Joe Rogan jumped in with his massive audience and turned a tense moment into a trending spotlight. He didn't just react, he broke it all down in one sharp, well-timed segment. For a panel known for bold takes and headline-grabbing remarks, The View is now facing pushback from all sides. Only this time, the reaction includes legal paperwork and Rogan's commentary spreading fast. There's no quick soundbite to diffuse it, just silence, tension, and the reality of what comes next.
Shift between right and left authoritarianism, and now people don't recognize that if you just stop looking at it in terms of red and blue, look at the actions, whether it's war, suppression of free speech, pharmacological interventions that are mandatory, whatever it is, that used to all be associated with the authoritative right, the authoritarian right, and now those things are being embraced by the left. And I just think it's just an ideology thing, and I think we get confused and we think we're on the right side, and if it's our side that's saying this, for sure that's the right thing to do, and no one's critically thinking about this.
Joe Rogan is the gateway drug for young men that thought they were Democrats to become MAGA. Joe Rogan is the bridge.
And on that bridge, they'll see RFK. They'll see...
This isn't just another trending topic to scroll past during breakfast. It's a clear snapshot of how unpredictable today's media world has become. These days, lawsuits over public comments aren't just legal moves, they're strategic tools. We're in a time where bold on-air statements often double as headline fuel, and courtrooms are part of the fallout. What Kirk and Rogan are doing goes beyond defending themselves. It's about reshaping the entire media conversation. Kirk's $100 million lawsuit signals a much bigger moment where truth, presentation, and influence keep shifting. The View built its name on bold talk and heated discussions, but now it's facing the impact of pushing that format too far. The courtroom isn't just about rulings anymore, it's the new spotlight and everyone's watching.
I think the problem with that show is that show has this very specific ideological bubble in which they operate in. You know, and they always bring on a token conservative woman, and they yell over her and silence her, and, you know, they did that with Meghan McCain, and they did that with the... What is that other blonde woman from Survivor? Do you remember her, Jamie? She was always yelling. I mean, it's just, it's a bizarre.
And this is where things really heat up. This isn't just liberal hosts versus conservative activists anymore. It's a full-on media showdown where public opinion is the main weapon. Kirk's lawsuit isn't just about making a point. It's a clear sign that conservative voices won't be easy targets going forward. Meanwhile, The View is stuck. Too corporate to say sorry, too proud to admit mistakes, and too set in its ways to shift gears. Rogan, on the other hand, is thriving in the chaos. His critique wasn't just tough, it was a breath of fresh air for those who feel mainstream media is out of touch and out of control. The result? A media clash that feels more like a reality TV finale than your usual courtroom drama. The story keeps unfolding, teams are locked in, and everyone's waiting for the next big move.
I get it. I also hate Joy Behar. So I don't love you, but I also hate that squawking bird. So I hate the whole thing. And frankly, that show, you want to talk about a show that set women back, is The View. You want to talk about that show. If the CIA is engineering, Antifa and fucking the Capitol riot, some crazy misogynist engineered The View. Because there's nothing worse than The View. In terms of, like, there are so many brilliant women out there. None of them are on The View. None of them have gone near the set of The View. I mean, they have brought in the lowest tier of the, what is it, the Y chromosome?
No, double X.
Okay.
Double X.
They brought in the lowest of the double X's for that one. It's
So what's next? A quiet deal behind closed doors, or a full public trial with private messages, videos, and power plays on full display? Either way, this won't be a quick fix. It's about guarding reputations, managing brands, and controlling the narrative. The View might try to clean up the mess, improve their image, and hope the story fades, but it won't be that simple. With Rogan dropping hard truths and Kirk going all in with legal action, the drama is just heating up. Social media will keep the buzz alive with viral clips, savage memes, and non-stop chatter. The longer The View stays silent, the more it looks like guilt, or worse, fear. And Rogan? He's already the unexpected star, the one calling out tough truths while everyone else tries to control the story.
Disgusting, gross elitism and her complete out-of-touch nature with respect to the rest of the world. Sunny Hostin goes on The View and decides now would be a great time to dump all over the so-called uneducated.
What we did not have is white women who voted about 52%, right, for Donald Trump. Uneducated white women, is my understanding. You have Latino men, actually, voting more for him. And you have, and black men was not the story. We're not the story here because they voted almost 80% for the vice president.
Right. Just because you didn't go to college doesn't mean you're stupid, and it doesn't mean that you don't have wisdom. You can go to college and get a bunch of irrelevant facts about how men can allegedly...
This whole situation shows how media has lost control, where outrage drives clicks, lawsuits act like PR stunts, and podcast clips carry more weight than primetime news. No one knows how it ends, but one thing's certain, it won't be quiet. Kirk isn't backing down and Rogan isn't holding back. Every day the pressure builds on The View, not just to respond, but to face the media culture they helped create. The days of saying whatever you want without consequences might be over. This lawsuit proves the stakes are real, costs are high, and public opinion no longer guarantees protection. In the end, this isn't just about Kirk, Rogan, or The View. It's a cultural turning point where the loudest voices must answer for the noise they make. Because now the cost of drama isn't just headlines. It's multi-million-dollar lawsuits and a podcaster who never misses.
Did you watch the episode when Tulsi Gabbard got on to defend herself and Joy Behar starts panicking and going over her notes while Tulsi is refuting everything that she said?
Yeah, I mean, Joy Behar, like, again, these people have dementia. These are people who, like, should not be allowed out of the house. They have a national platform. I mean, it is crazy. They have no idea. These people have never read, like, a book.
And there's versions.
Let's be clear. Charlie Kirk is suing The View for $100 million. This isn't a mistake or a publicity stunt. That's the kind of figure that makes lawyers nervous. Kirk, whose name was thrown around on national TV like a football at Thanksgiving, isn't staying quiet. He's going on the offense. In a world where public figures often have to stay silent when TV hosts make claims, Kirk is changing the rules. He's making it clear, if you accuse someone of being dangerous, conspiratorial, or a threat, you better have proof in court. And if not, he's got a $100 million lawsuit ready. The message is simple. Accuse me on live TV, and I'll see you in court, not behind the scenes. Next voice, next voice. This isn't about hurt feelings or fragile reputations. Kirk's lawsuit draws a clear line, a legal move warning anyone who treats daytime talk shows like courts. According to the suit, The View hosts made serious claims, suggesting Kirk promotes violence and harmful speech. They delivered it with the dramatic flair they've used for years, throwing heavy accusations like celebrity gossip. But now that Kirk is fighting back with real legal action, this is more than talk, it's trial prep. Kirk isn't after an apology. He wants accountability, and the big dollar amount makes sure the media pays attention. He's all in, and win or lose, this lawsuit has shaken every talk show